Well, I am here with quantum surfer Arthur Orduna. Arthur, it's lovely to see you again.
You as well, Monica, you as well.
Why don't we kick things off and have you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Currently, I'm now doing professional investing in early stage ventures. Prior to that, I was in a period of learning how to be a good advisor to both startups as well as to accelerators and others. And before that, I was in the corporate world for more than 2+ decades, primarily in innovation and product management and business development. It's been a pretty varied experience.
What a journey, and so grounded in so many different aspects of innovation and bringing ideas to life.
I made a count of it over nearly 30 years, 9 companies, 5 discretely different industries. So from one perspective, I really can't hold a job. But from another perspective, I've been really, really fortunate to have had opportunities that challenged me.
Well, we had the pleasure of getting up on the board and learning about quantum surfing together. I'm curious, what drew you to quantum surfing?
I have to say, my headline is the sessions with you and with the others, and this is not hyperbole, were really life clarifying for me. One of the great benefits of having such a diverse sets of experiences is picking up friendships. And one of those really good friendships that I've developed is with Michael Collette. And Michael and I met 20+ years ago as competitors. We were both living in the Valley and working in interactive television. And we realized that we were better friends than competitors. So we became friends, and we would compete in the day and then go have a drink at night. Anyway, we ended up working together at various points. And I was literally taking a deep breath and wondering what to do next and where to go, and just thinking, okay, I'll probably get back on the corporate bicycle, so to speak. And Michael and I were talking, and he said, what you would really like. He said, he's like, my dear friend Monica is giving these lessons. He's describing, quantum surfing as both as lessons, as discussions, as, and he said, I really think that you would benefit from it. And I was like, well, I don't know. Not sure how much time. He's like, look, just try this. And, and he gifted me some of those lessons, which, he's such a dear guy. And I remember thinking, okay, why not? Monica, that first lesson I started it. And Michael had told me a bit about your friendship and how you'd met back in grad school and your background, which, I found very comforting in a sense that you also came from, you'd been in the big companies, you'd been in the throes of, sort of the highest levels of business. And not that you had rejected it, but you'd kind of embraced it and come to a really cool place, is the way sort of he paraphrased it, right? And so I recall that first session with you. And what I do recall is after ending it, all right, that first session, I sat there and I thought, that was really good. I felt really comfortable. It was a discussion. It wasn't, it wasn't a lecture. And it was really relevant to where my head was, where my life was. And I realized too, as part of that discussion, I had never really taken the time to actually turn the mirror internally, right? And to understand more about, not just about me, but about where and what and why, which all kind of circles around the who, right? And I found myself really looking forward to the next Tuesday. And then we had the next Tuesday, and I thought, I'm looking forward to the next Tuesday. And, you gave us, actions and, homework, so to speak, but it really didn't feel like homework. It felt much more natural. The reading was really interesting. And it really did feel, and I'll stop here after I say this, but it really did feel like a journey. And it was the kind of journey that's really fun because you have a vague sense of destination, but there's not a lot of pressure about the precise destination. It's the journey itself that you're really enjoying. The big breakthrough for me was understanding that I could actually affect not just change, but I could affect what I had previously thought of as luck. That I could deliberately practice, take on behaviors, take on attitudes, approach with thought, and in a good way, actually control, or at least attempt to help guide where I wanted to go and what kind of outcome, I wanted. And it wasn't just as you talked to us about it, it wasn't just, oh, I'm going to be a better business person, or, I'll generate more revenue, or, it really was, it was about, the big breakthrough for me was about, I could help shape where I wanted to go to next. And I could think about where I wanted to go to next in a very different, and as I said, in a much clearer way, right? I'd always thought about a job as the next step. And through quantum surfing, I started thinking about, what did I really want out of what I wanted to do next? As a result, I ended up, doing really great advisorships, taking on and not saying no to things, being open to, to what came, what the ocean brought us, right? And being able to take each one of those waves and to be able to see where it would go. What I also really liked was, and this sounds kind of trivial, but I remember one of the lessons, Monica, was being able to not look at the clock, so to speak, but not be late for things, right? To be able to say, oh, okay, this feels about right now, right? I'm able to do this, feels about right. I complete this, and I'm going to now turn around and I'll be ready for the next thing. And I was never late. It was a way of like tapping into these flows, I guess, that are also, that you're just not really aware of until you actually take the time to stop and listen and learn. To me, so it wasn't just one big breakthrough. It was really a series of, I would call them of both aha moments, some revelations, and some real lessons that, I definitely, still absolutely use today. I will tell you right now, I am impeccable with my word. I don't take anything personally. I find myself saying these things still on a daily basis. I definitely don't make assumptions, and I always try to do my best. It's not a mantra anymore. It's
your way of being.
Yeah, it's how I am.
If someone were to ask you,
Mhm.
Arthur, what do you think? Should I sign up for quantum surfing?
Oh my God, yeah. I think I would not hesitate in not just recommending it, but strongly pushing people. Um, and I think that, and it's not because I think that people have exactly the kinds of aha moments and breakthroughs that I had, because I think everyone is different. But I literally believe it's a chance. It is the chance that people should take to finally, look in that mirror, to look in that pool, so to speak, right? And it's the best thing that someone could do for themselves. Yeah, would not hesitate in saying, do yourself a favor, and get on the board.